I just heard a Dominican woman. Well, actually, I read her story. I read her story. And the story triggered me, and it goes a little something like this. I'd actually like to read it in her own words. I couldn't find it. So I'm going to tell it. This woman, she had a daughter, and she met a man. He was a foreigner to the island, because my island is a place where people just love to visit. It's because it's a beautiful place. It's different from the other islands. We are considered, or we've called ourselves for, since I was a child, we are the nature island of the Caribbean, which means we were not pushing development as the other islands would be. The tourism was to be more eco-based, more environmentally conscious, before that was even a thing. And so that's how I grew up, and we have our indigenous roots there as well. So the people in my family, at least anyway, we cared about the land. And so it's the nature island of the Caribbean. Over the years, though, they have some leader. He's been there around for a while. He seems to be dictatorial, and he's changing things in ways that, he's in bed with the devil, okay? Because of this man and these measures he's implemented and his new laws and this new way of doing things, I am separated from my land, okay? And it is such a long drawn out process. I've decided I don't have it in me to fight. Maybe later, but for now, I don't really care. Let him do what he wants, and let them do as they please, okay? And it's again, they are using the party system and politics to divide and separate us and have us hating each other. The island has been open to many people from different parts of the world. They established a system of like a lottery of passports. If you have X amount of dollars, you have $100,000, you can get a Dominican passport, okay? Whereas me, who was born there, they refused to renew my passport, which is another story entirely. So foreigners are always going to my island, which means we got a lot of criminals in Dominica right now running around free. Anywho, this woman is telling the story that she met a foreigner and fell in love. She had a son. You see, that's the thing. These women meet a man and they already spread their legs. They're already dropping babies. You are not married, woman. You're not married. These guys have to at least marry you, okay? I am so tired of seeing these women, black women, just meeting a man, spreading her legs. Boom, she's pregnant. She has a child. What happened to love? You got to love yourself. Never mind loving him, because the guy don't love you. The guy, what I'm discovering from the story is she was targeted because she had a young daughter. Silly woman, silly women. They don't understand. The man don't want you. He wants your children. He wants your young boy and your young girl. So anyway, she had a son by him, okay? And she has a daughter that she had before. She goes to work every day. When she's at work, this guy is inappropriately getting involved sexually with her daughter. And the daughter the daughter says nothing, okay? It's a neighbor who notices something a little out of whack, and she says to the woman, I would keep an eye on your man. I would watch him and your child, because the way he is moving with your daughter, it just doesn't sit right with me. Something is a little off. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but it makes me uncomfortable when I see them interact and you're not around. Okay. So the mother, thankfully, she is mindful enough to, weigh the words of the neighbor and to investigate and inspect, which is what my mother never did. My mother blamed me for her husband touching me inappropriately. Okay? And I've had to live with the consequences of that which is hellish, because you have a whole family who is demonizing me because I disclosed what this nasty, filthy piece of shit was trying to do to me. He was trying to have sex with me. He come fill me up in my bed or late at night when I'm trying to watch a movie, watching TV late at night. Okay? So this is where my anger comes from. When you have anger, sometimes the anger, it will, when I'm triggered like this, yes. And I'm sick of seeing these stories being told. We want to have a solution for this. Maybe castration for these guys. Chop off their penis. I don't know, chop off their necks. Whatever it takes. Because let's say you are going to Catholic church, right? Many of you are in church. All you black people always in church. What they taught me was fornication is a mortal sin. And so you must not have sex before you're married. And what are these people? They are going to church every Sunday and they're being, this is what they are being taught since they are children. And they are the first ones to be pregnant while they are children. So she decides to do a camera, video, live feed from her interior of her home, and she's viewing it from the neighbors, watching with the neighbor. And yeah, sure enough, the man, she said she set the daughter up. She gave her a bunch of potatoes to peel, knowing it would take a length of time. And she knows this is the place where it's at the dining table, is where the girl will be peeling the potatoes. That's where she set up the camera. And she wants to see what the hell is going on with this man, this so-called man of hers. So, around close to the time when the guy comes home from work, he comes home from work before she does. And she's next door watching. And the guy comes in and he talks about something about the sweet. You know, they like the sugaring. They like to use sugar. Sugar is poison, by the way. Sugar will give you cancer and many other things. So he's sweet-talking this young girl and telling her, you know, you have my sweet whatever, sweet pum-pum, sweet pum-pum. Oi! And, you know, whatever he does and says, and the woman couldn't believe what is going on under her roof with her daughter and her man. Her man, right? It's only your man if he marries you. Stop letting these guys be living in your house and have you impregnated and dropping babies without putting a ring on it, okay? Because this is out of order. So she was so pissed. She rushed over there, and, you know, she kicked him out. He had to leave. Get out. Right away he had to get out. And she said she struggled for some time because that was a source of income to the household, his contribution financially. But, you know, to have this going on under her roof, she could not. So she kicked him out. He's gone. And she just, you know, she didn't want to say exactly where he moved to, but she said Soufriere. Soufriere is a part of the island. So she says, yeah, he moved to Soufriere. And that was that. So, some time passes, and she would regularly provide for her daughter sanitary napkins, tampons, or whatever feminine hygiene products. And it was a monthly thing. She would put a new box and it would be used, and she put a new box. This time, a month went past and the napkins were not used. She's thinking, what the heck? She didn't have a period. The second month comes. The girl did not ask for any feminine hygiene products, and there's no period, I guess. So no bleeding. What's going on? Her daughter is pregnant. So she's thinking, well, her daughter was playing around, running around, hanging around a young boy at her school, or some young boy. So she figured that her daughter is pregnant, because sometimes the young girls just don't disclose. The boys too. The young people don't disclose. They keep secrets. Who needs kids if you're gonna have to put up with all this shit with them? So she went to the home of this young boy that that was a friend of her daughter's. She's having my hydration. And she confronts this boy and basically accuses him of having sex and impregnating her daughter. And she's like, you almost finished school and it's too bad you won't be able to go to whatever, I don't know if it's college. You're going to have to drop out and get a job because you're going to be supporting my daughter and the baby. And the boy, she said, by the way the boy looked at her, she realized, holy shit, he is actually telling the truth. He said, I never had sex with your daughter. We never had sex. She was ready, to like, that's your responsibility. Take care of my daughter's baby. The boy is like, no, I never had sex with her. We didn't have sex. And the mother is like, what the hell? Okay, so she goes back to the neighbor. She says, we're gonna set something up to see what the hell is really going on with my daughter, because the neighbor had said that the girl disappears. Most of the time, she's there and she's in the house and she stays home. She doesn't go anywhere. But she noticed once a week, the girl gets really dressed up, really nice, and goes somewhere. And the mother had no idea. So the mom's like, where's she going? Nobody knows. So the neighbor has a car. And, well, they decide to follow. I think they had done another camera thing. They learned something through viewing on camera. But see, that's why I wanted to read her words, because I don't remember fully the story. But she stayed, instead of going to work, she stayed at the neighbor's. And as she was leaving, I see what happened. So it was like they set the camera up. And the first day, nothing. The second day, nothing. The third day, nothing. The fourth day, something happened that basically confirmed her suspicions. And I don't remember what it is. And so anyway, they ended up following the girl. She took a bus and then took another bus. So at first they were following her by car, by the neighbor's car. But she took a bus and it was to Soufriere. Soufriere is where her so-called, this man was supposed to have been a stepfather to this child, to this daughter. Okay? That was the girl's stepfather having sex with her. And she said, he used to fuck me all the time. He just couldn't get enough. And to think that he was having sex with me and I wasn't enough for him, he was having sex with my daughter too. Oh shit. Well, she saw the daughter bored. They were following the daughter, staying behind and watching, and the girl got on a bus to Soufriere. Soufriere is where the stepfather had moved to. And there it was discovered that he is the father of the daughter's child. So here is the mother have a son with this entity, because I believe they are demonic entities, to operate on that level, to be vibrating. They're like, no. How can you do that to the woman? Eh? She took you. You are in her island, in her home, and you are having sex with her and her child. And what kind of child is that? Does she think she's special? That you're screwing your mother's man? That's disgusting. And that's why I'm so angry with my own family. Because when I disclosed what the stepfather did to me, I was demonized. Okay? I was called a liar. Said, told I'm making up stories. I'm still angry to this day about this. This shit can't just go away. Y'all want us to just forget about this shit? This shit keeps popping up because these assholes keep doing this shit and getting away with it. Okay? That's why they must be held accountable, and there must be laws against that. And these women, black women, you love to spread your legs, you love to fuck, you love to have sex. But you've turned me off sex, because when I see the way you black people do it, I am repulsed. I am repelled. I want to throw up because ew, you're having sex with demons. You're having sex with the devil because it's only the devil who is going to come into a woman's life and having relations with her, and to even imagine having sex with her child. I cannot. I can't. The idea is, I can't. I cannot accept that. No, there's so much that's lacking in black communities. I know it's not just the black people, but I'm addressing the black people because that's, they say, don't call yourself black. I don't give a shit. My background is indigenous, okay? And there are too many melanated, carbonated people. These people, there's too many of these guys, and some women too, who are going after the children. And this needs to stop. This needs to be like, you have to slut shame. You have to shame. You have to pedo shame. You have to shame. You have to, all this thing, don't shame. Yeah, you got to. You got to illuminate. You have to shine a light, bright light on the darkness. They're telling you to, oh yeah, stay in the dark, love the dark, embrace the dark. No, the dark is disgusting. That's where all the shit is happening. You're child trafficking. You're having sex with babies and terrorizing them. The panda eyes. You know, that should not be happening here. No. Do your underground and go underground and do that shit. But, leave our children out of it, though. Maybe you have your hybrids or you do make them in a lab. I don't give a shit. But I was born here. This is my home. Right? And I've had enough of this shit. Look how old I am now. This shit is still going on. And the black women are still not smartening up. So, you know what she said? She hates her daughter. She hates her daughter. And she says as soon as the baby is born, she's kicking her out. She's kicking her out. And you guess what? The girl is going to run to Soufier, to the stepfather. What kind of shit is this? That's disgusting. And today's Sunday. How many of these niggas, pardon me, darkies, how many of them are in church? Hypocrites. Don't get involved with these guys if they are not going to commit to you on a deeper level. And even then they will still try to fuck your child. Because that's what these scumbags do. And that's why I'm single. I don't want any attention from any male. Because that's what they prove to be. They're not men. They're all a bunch of males. I'm a man. I'm an alpha male. No, you are. You are a male. You're not a man. There are very few men, and the few men, rare, treasured gems. But where the hell are they? Right? There are so many women, not enough good men to go around. We are left with the dregs of society. We are left with the lawistan, the leftovers. We are left with the bottom of the barrel. Those who would dare touch your child and then turn around and get in bed with you too. That's high kink. They call them freaky. Freaky is bad. So let's freaky shame as well. Because when you're freaky, you're doing the most. Is he intoxicated? Is he doing drugs? Is he doing alcohol? I don't know. But he's doing wrong. And that must cease to happen on this planet. These guys are getting away, they are injecting us with shit. They're doing all kinds. They're doing too much to us. And these young girls, they're thinking they are something special because the older man will give you attention and give you his dick, and then he give you a baby. That's disgusting. I want to throw up. I want to throw up on this story. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, comment or not. It's all good. I'm Domina Della Pie, Mistress Sasha Storm. Thank you. Good day.